Hey, good afternoon, good morning, Roosters. This is Rock doing another VOD review for you guys here. Week 2 NGS versus Buckman Street. Buckman's a good group of people. They've been around for a while. So, looking at our match here, um, one of the things that you always have to remember about every match is make sure you have your win condition and you have your different things identified. So, I'll follow around Dr. J here for a little bit. Actually, where's your tank? We'll follow around Sodium this time for a little bit. So, one of the things you want to do every time you pick a map is have a very clearly defined win condition. So, Garden of Terror, in general, tends to be the map where you have to bring your own win condition. Meaning, the objective is not necessarily strong enough to just win the game on its own. You can win the objective every single time, but the map is so macro-focused, meaning waves, mercenaries, buildings, structures, heavy, that if you cannot control and win those things, it makes it way harder to do anything on this map. So, your guys' win condition, anytime you pick KTZ, you guys are team fighting, you want to run into them, you want KTZ to get stacks, you want to get things blown up instantly by KTZ, it's all good. I do like Sodium that you're here kind of protecting your people, but you're also not maintaining vision, right? So what I mean is that you being here is a good guard, right? But let's look at what our team is doing as the opportunity cost of you standing here. If they are looking to invade, right, you are a wall, which is good. You need to be doing that as a tank, being a wall. But we're not gaining vision. We're not doing anything. Like, you can be a wall for this camp because there's only two most likely ways they can invade this camp if they're going to invade. They would invade from here or invade from here, right? Yes, you can see both. But can you also stand up here and maintain safety and vision of what's happening? Can you come down here and maintain safety and vision? Can you come and check this, right? Dancing here doesn't extend or give you information about the rest of the team and the rest of the map. And on top of that, because we've been dancing around here, we've had our offlane D Cheeser have to come all the way down to mid to catch this soak when he was already up here topside ahead on soak, right? So if we wanted him to, D Cheeser could have maybe started this camp, right? And been able to do this while you were catching mid and he had already finished catching this wave. Or if we want to get KTZ stacked right away, right? KTZ's now down here bottom by himself. He's the most vulnerable and open for ganks. Sure, Stitch is just showing top, but just one of those things where making sure that you're getting value for what you're doing. The risk of them invading early is low because they only have one CC. It's a hook. So your game should be where's Stitches. If you find Stitches, no one's in danger. Right after 4, Varian has a taunt, so that could be scary. After 10, they might take Judgment, might take Hunt, might take Scream. So there's lots of threats later. But this early rotational period, you pretty much can run around the map and do whatever you want. Right? The only way you die is if you get run down, meaning you're out of position. Like, say for some reason you're way over here, and Illid and Varian just kind of keep chasing you, keep hitting you, keep chasing you, keep hitting you. This is being run down, is they just literally chase you to death. So, just something to think about. Not the end of the world. Okay. So we're doing camps, both teams. So you check this bush down here, and you're looking for vision. You see there's 2 mid on the mini-map. Toast is trying to help. So once again, you're not you're not actively getting anything done. See, the middle camp that you guys got taken or was killed. Blaze is up here trying to declear this one, right? So let's see what we're doing. Okay. In general, on Garden of Terror, it's very difficult to take the seed that is on the enemy's side. So if you look at the map effectively is divided into halves, right? If you were to stop at where this top wave hits, see this little gardener here, and you go straight down, you could see that the map pretty much has 2 seed spawns that are yours favored, and then 2 seed spawns that are enemy favored. So your favored are this one and this one. Theirs are obviously this one and this one mirrored. And so they're very hard to win these seeds just because of the net safety of the forts here, but also because so they can tap and then come back to fight. But also if you get a kill, right, like it doesn't, like, especially into stitches, they can hook you over the wall when you're trying to channel, and it can be very dangerous. So I would say in general, most teams don't play for the enemy seed, right? If the enemy's team seed is up and you know it's up, you should be looking to force something. So you guys took this camp down here and then didn't support it, right? Like, sure, it's already got a wall, but like, remember, KTZ wants to fight. His poor stacks are so low just because it's a big macro map. He's not going to get tons of chances to fight. So since he wants to fight, we should be pushing with this, forcing a fight, right? So if the 4 of us were actually here pushing with this, not that you're going to get kills, potentially, but you at least start getting KTZ stacks, because he needs that. And then you can push with this, and so if they're defending you here, Blaze can do his offlane thing and double soak or get camps or whatever, and then you guys are forcing a fight, and they're not doing the objective, right? Because the objective's on their side. So it's a win-win rather than trying to fight them at their objective and then missing soak, missing opportunities to push, etc. So I want to see you guys, especially if you draft KTZ, remember, we want to fight. Because that character, as cool as he is worthless without his stacks. So that's right, let's get down here, let's fight. So, okay, so the camp's going to be gone, so instead we're going to look to fight the objective. Okay, we all came down. We get this Tyrael killed. Oh, that was a creative chain. It doesn't look like they're going to die. Nope, I think he's going to die here. Nope. I think Toad might. No! Okay, cool, you got him. Did you get 2? That was close. Definitely a little messy. Kind of goes to that whole thing where they overextended there. And this is exactly why it's hard to do the seed on their side. Now they're back, 4v5. We're half resources, half health, right? No mana, half health, half resources. Yep. And now we have to give the seed, and we gave them 2 kills, 3 kills, 2 kills. Right? So we live, we learn. Just next time, don't play for their side. Right? Like, it's really, really hard to win this seed on their side. Even these guys don't even have tons of like poke heroes. It's just in general hard to win this side. So if instead we wanted to fight, we could have pushed down here, gotten this whole wall, maybe got some siege damage. So next time. Oh dang, they did get 3. Oh, they're gonna get 4. Oh no. They stopped chasing. So okay. So next seed. So this map, the seeds, kind of like Cursed Hollow, have a specific set rotation of where they're going to spawn. So since this one just spawned here, it means that it's going to spawn opposite, and it should be opposite neutral. So it should be here, like little triangles. Like it goes up, down, up, and then it will flip to like down, up, down, or whatever, right? So pretty much it does all 6 in a specific pattern, but if it spawns this one on the left or the right, it has to go opposite, and then it has to go opposite again. And then it won't give usually 2 of the same like favored side. It will usually give, you know, right side favored, middle, left side favor, and then the next one might be random, or it'll be right side favored, middle, left side favor again. So they try and make it even and accessible for both teams. So with that in mind, oh, that's a good vision, Scout. I don't know if you can do anything about it. Oh, we're there. Poor Dr. J. Looks like he's going to live. This is quite favorable for you. Well done. Great job. Way to get there. That's unfortunate that you missed the stun. So, oh, wait. Okay. It was favorable because that meant Toast could get stacks. You'd be fighting and he'd be getting stacks. Him versus the Tyrael isn't bad. He'll get stacks on Tyrael, but he can get more stacks and more kills up here, right? So, on such a heavy macro map, maybe KTZ isn't the pick that you want if we're going to leave him to be stuck doing offlane or, you know, additional clearing roles. Hey, look at that. Objectives here. So with the objective here, you guys need to figure out where are we positioning, what do we want to do? Do we want to fight them before the objective? Do we want to fight them when they're trying to channel the objective? Do we want to speed clear the objective? Do we want to leash the objective and allow someone to channel? Right? That last one, leash the objective, what I'm talking about is a couple heroes can kind of cheat, or you can just tank them. Like you attack the minions and like stand on the right side, and the minions are like, I get mad, and they come over to you, and they'll come over to you, and then someone can channel right here without having to kill the minions. So that's I usually call that a fast cap. So we're looking to fight them. Hold on. As I say, I'm like, we don't know where KT, yep. So let's go ahead and back up just real quick. Okay. So at this point here, we don't know where Tyrael is. Or we do know Tyrael's here. We don't know where Varian is, right? And the team needs to be able to get stuff done. We have Bird up now. So the question becomes, what's the most dangerous rotation that I need to look for? I see 3 people are top, right? And Tyrael's missing. So either we need to be scouting where you think they're going to go, or you need to be using your owl for the poke on the objective. The objective just said it was spawning, so you've got time to cast an owl, right? Since you have time to cast an owl, I would be looking to cast it either towards their camps, which you can see the timers, right? 28 seconds, 32 seconds, 59 seconds, right? So the only place that they haven't showed is in this path here towards your KTZ or at this camp. So I would feel free to throw an owl, and even at worst, just like kind of cut the map down here, so that way we know where they are. Because Tyrael hasn't been showing for a while either. Let's see if you throw your owl in between this time. So Tyrael just showed again. So, and then there's Varian. Varian like did some weird gank out of the bush over here, right? So there's really nothing you can do there. Nice. 1 for 1. You guys got a good flank on him. Okay, so this is the neutral seed. So this one here should be fair game for both teams. You can do your best to try. Yeah, like you're not going to be able to poke this. Nice heals, Cranky. Looks like you're going to live. And then they just get it, right? Because we spent all of our resources. Oh, Brightwing actually TP'd to save someone, so you didn't cap me yet. Do you guys have anything left in this fight? Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Feel free, Cheezer, to use oil first. I know you don't have tons of mana, but if you're not using oil, it makes it really hard to land place stuns. You pretty much, almost like Kerrigan, should be oil then stun type of maneuvers. Because if you try and just raw stun, it can hit, but it gives them more chance to dodge. This really long, prolonged fight, you know, they're kind of more beefy, right? Uh-oh, how did Joe die? They're kind of more beefy, but this is getting a lot of potential stacks here for Toast, which Toast is behind on his stacks. So let's try this again. So, okay, Sodium. So they've captured the seed. They got it. So we really don't have much left to fight for, right? Outside of getting stacks. So if you guys can communicate stacks or a kill target, right? Because when I look right now, I see 2 players, half resource, 3 players, half resources, right? They're low-ish, but you don't really have burst to kill one of these guys. Like the shields from Denominator and the spell armor from Arta make it pretty hard. This is a beefy boy. You have no percentage health kill till later. I think Phoenix gets it later. And then you have armor removal, right? But it looks like your D... Oh, you have your D up. So you guys could potentially get it. Oh, you just used it. So this is a mistake. Sodium. The team, like as a team, are we in or are we out? Right? Because you can wave clear, right? Joe is one of the wave clear tanks in the game. But like you don't need to be wave clearing all the way up here in vision, right? Like, you can wave clear this camp back here, right, when the neutrals are clashing, because right now you're just tanking damage. Right? Let's just watch the minion wave is going to hit you. So you show up here with about 2,000 health because of the shields, right? So once the shields go away, you tanked 800 damage. Right? You just tanked 800 damage, and Stitches just happened to slap you for free because he was there. You could have easily done the exact same thing right here and not tanked all of that damage. So. Okay. So now they're 2 of 3 and almost 10s. So this is where things get hard. Because... good dodge. So, once again, the seeds are not the most powerful thing in the world, but this one's on your side, right? So with them having 10s, if you didn't already look, you should double check what ults did they take at 10. Because obviously one of the biggest ones that you have to see is that Tyrael went Judgment. Okay? So if Tyrael is going Judgment, you either need to be able to quickly delete the Tyrael once he lands, or save the person he's judging. If he judges anyone that's not Cranky Rhino, this might be impossible in this current situation, right? Once you guys hit 10, Joanna has Falling Sword. Joe can Falling Sword the Tyrael Judgment, and then you guys can focus on blowing up Tyrael, right? Or you can focus on blowing up Illidan. Because Illidan went Metamorph, or is that Hunt 2? He went Hunt 2. So they have 2 hunts. If they hit both of them hunt the same target, right? Just the same target. That's 600 damage. Right? You jump Cranky Rhino or one of these guys here, that's a quarter of their health just from 2 people pushing buttons, let alone all of their other buttons. So you really need to be aware. So to me, this is a Falling Sword game. This is probably not laser, because you're going to get interrupted out of your laser. I would bunker here, just so that way you have another way to survive the engage. Because look at the blow up. Because then even Varian, if Varian has a chance to hit the target, that's another 274 damage. So almost 1,000 damage with the armor reduction if they can land all 3 of those R's on one person. And then Right Wing went what? Blink heal? Right? Yeah, 2 charges, blink heal. So you guys aren't 10, and they have 2 camps pushing. You guys have 3 people that can poke really, really well, really safe. So I would not force this seed. I would force getting 10s. You've got a Joe that can blind, 2 charges of blind. You have a bird, you have Tyrande, who can hit with an owl. You have Blaze, who can use oil and fire and hit the entire duration. You have lots of ways to poke the objective, right? So since we have ways to poke, we need to find 10s and fast. They just took all of these camps, so most likely they're not bottom. So you could clear this wave to get close to 10s, right? And you can take this camp to get close to 10s. So between the camp and this, you guys can probably get 10s. But we took a little bit too much time to get here, so they might run to try and invade this camp. Which, them having 10s, they should run at you to force an invade. So I would try and maybe as 3 or 4, get this soak quickly, and then fight them at the seed after you've gotten 10s. So let's see what you guys do. You see that they're 4 mid. So this positioning makes a little bit more sense this time, Sodium, because they just showed and they could be rotating through here to get you. There to show 2.
There's my precious seed.
We're getting bottom soak. Again, Toast is getting soak here when this really should be Blaze or someone else. Okay, we have 10s. Toast is stuck bottom by himself. Phoenix is doing camp. Okay, now they're doing the objective. 2 showing bottom. They just hunted and dove him under the building. But yeah, this is why, like, yeah, I don't like that we continue to keep leaving the hero that needs stacks alone. Right? Like, this is clearly their plan, is to just dive and blow up one person. Right? Let's go back and look at Toast's death recap here. Right? He sees 4 bottom. Right? As soon as you see 4 bottom, Toast, you should be like, get out of dodge. Like, not up here, like, literally in the bush. Yeah, so you just showed in the wave here. Illidan's on the camp. Nope, it's too late. They decided to kill you. There's literally nothing, like I said, you got to just get out of vision. Because the way the Illidan's hunt works, it's a pseudo-global. It's not perfectly global, but it has a huge range. And as long as he has vision of the target, that's really what it is. So, yeah, there's literally nothing you can do. So, we spent too long, like, doing cleanup work. And now, like, we traded, so we lost a person and lost the building for potentially a wall. Yeah, we got a wall up here and a camp. So, are we able to poke this again? Did we use bird poke already? Bird's on cooldown, so is bird first poke? Because you have a Joanna here, right? So when did bird get used? So bird scouted. I don't think we needed bird to scout, right? Like, Joe has D. Joe can walk down here and use her body to scout since they're not gorge, right? So there you go, right? That was the first flashlight. So now this should be bird, right? Now that we know that they're channeling, right? Because you can see this. Right? If you channel the objective, you can see it on the map. So that should be a bird poke there. And then if you got that bird poke there, potentially we could have still forced a fight even though we lost a player. Right? Because they used all of their cooldowns. They don't have their divey thing anymore. But it's okay. We live, we learn. So the terror you want to definitely clean up as best you can. Oh, no. Did we get hooked down here? Like, Blaze split pushing here isn't bad. Like, I don't mind this. It's just that the team needs to then be playing together to get them to answer this. Because they just didn't answer. They got a free building because they're like, we can push faster. They got the objective for free because they were up a player. Right? This was like a 3v5 attempting to stall. Right? And all we did, we got a wall and half the structure here. So now that the terror spawned, like, Blaze needs to get out of here, A, to potentially safety, and B, to help defend. Right? Blaze is your best anti-siege hero on your team, just because of how long range his stuff is, and he's got oil spill to help slow down the AAs of the Illidan and the Varian and the Tyrael. So, just Varian things. Oh my gosh, the last, yeah. That's just unfortunate. But it's Varian things, right? Varian did, what, 90% of your life? You have a death recap real quick? No, it's not going to show it, is it? Nope. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. It's like barely any not overkill. So, I don't mind this Starfall to help siege the zone, but I also, yeah, as I said, like, yeah, we keep being not respecting. Oh, okay. This is why you guys were staying around. So Cheezer came in for a flank. Let's just back this up real quick. So after KTZ died here, we need to make a group decision. What's most important? The keep or the macro? Right? So when they have an Illidan, Illidan can infinitely live on the core uncontested, right? Like, if you don't stop him, he will actually solo the core, just because he can heal off his auto attacks, he can dodge the core shots, everything. Illidan on core is a threat all game, so we don't want to let him here And so the core is invulnerable as long as one of the buildings is up. So as soon as KTZ's died, I think that's a 5-man rotation, or sorry, 4-man rotation. Everyone comes down here right now to defend this building. And so, and then I don't want, I originally was like, okay, this is okay, but they're not going to stay in it, right? Like, you got 4 hits, and that's your also source of additional healing, right? Because every time the Starfall hits, it counts for your Q reduction. So if you get Dove, since we didn't take Bunker, right? Like, if you get Dove, that's your other way out. Sodium has to be on top of his Falling Swords. Like, as soon as you call, I'm being hunted, Sodium has to Falling Sword instantly. Which, that was quick. Like, you literally got dove and blown up. There's not a lot of time for him to react. So, like, that Falling Sword was good. You definitely helped save D Chaser, and Lloyd almost died for that. Just fighting down 4v5s. Like, you can try and punish them if they're past the tower, but it's just a little too far. So they got free stuff. Like, this is good stuff to look for. KTZ finished his thing. We're just taking this fight 4v5. Ugh, yeah, we just keep staggering in our deaths. Like, you guys have the right idea, but we're just doing it either not together or mistimed. So we need to sync up what we're doing. Because who's the engage for the team? Right? Joe took Falling Sword. She's the defensive cleanse for when they engage. So when we do want to push forward into them, what is our engage? Our engage is either a hook from KTZ off of an icicle, right? The icicle hook. Or he chains one person, then pulls them back to the icicle. Or it's Vision Owl, like Vision Slowing Owl, into Slowing Oil, into Stun. So that way KTZ can't miss his. Right? Like Joe engage is I walk at you, which isn't bad. You can walk at them in the bush. And if you happen to get a condemn and a Q, they're slowed and you can hit buttons, right? But as soon as you don't have tools to engage anymore, and KTZ threw his whole combo and nothing died, we shouldn't stay for 4v5s. We need to back up. So they got a kill and our camp. Bottom is constantly in danger. You guys see the Tyrael, so this time you're answering the Tyrael. We need Soak. We're almost 13. Middle dies, but we're playing tighter, right? Exactly. Way to be more aware, guys. Yep, we don't want to get ganked and killed no more. We're behind, but this game's not over. That's one of the nice things about the map, too, is the objective is kind of worthless. So you're able to do a lot more. So we're clearing waves, getting stuff done. C2 top. I like this owl. Yep, that's what we wanted to know, if we could invade or what they're doing. Okay, seeds up. It's on their side. So once again, I wouldn't force. If anything, 13 versus 15. This is your one opportunity to fight pre-16, right? You don't want to fight them down a talent tier. If you can get up here and force a fight, right, not only are you defending your building, but you're going to get a chance to get a couple kills and get you some XP. When you're down like this, you get bonus XP for heroes killed when you're in XP level deficit. It's part of the comeback mechanics of HOTS. So I would definitely come up here and try and force a fight. And again, we'll back up real quick because you guys ran into other people, which maybe you saw or I didn't see, but I saw them on the mini-map. So we're going to follow Joe. Joe's leading the way as the tank. Okay. Joe's not mounted. So, oops. I don't know if you got dismounted somehow. But if you were mounted there, that's a W condemn on 2 players. So now the condemn comes out. You save Dr. J. That's a good cleanse. Oh my gosh, you guys actually do get the fight. Let me back it up. I didn't think the fight was happening because we missed our engage right here. Yeah, you're not mounted from the wave. You need to make sure you're mounted Sodium. Because that's a free condemn if you were mounted. Okay. So they engage. They engage here. The Falling Sword needs to be back here on your friends. Yeah, the Falling Sword was not on the people getting dove. Let me just double check. Were you using it proactively on your Phoenix? Because you've got them coming on the back. Toast is here. We're also doing another cardinal sin of fighting in their spell armor, right? So they're taking 20% damage reduction here, right? So just something to remember. Where you fight is important. So they're taking less damage, and your bulk of your damage is going to come from the Phoenix ult and Toast. So they're hunting Toast here. The Falling Sword is on the Blaze and the Phoenix. Like, yes, the Blaze gets more combustion damage, but your Toast is literally toast. That was a bad pun. Yep. Nope, that fight's gonna fall apart. And then Illidan thinks he can dive the tower. 13-16s. I'm just gonna speed up. You do your best to defend, but you're pretty much just clearing waves at this point. They get the objective for free when they're ready. Yep, they don't even need to take it. It's on their side of the map. They can take it when they're ready. Illidan back towards the building. They got nothing better to do now. Varian was actually looking down here. Do you guys catch that Varian? Nope. But yeah, so now they can take the building. I'm glad you guys denied that. Okay. 14-17. We don't want to fight here. Like, we would like to get 16s. We have lots more seed, lots more game to play. If we can safely defend and just slow down the bleeding. There we go. Exactly. Well done. See, that's what I said. Your engage is going to come from Toast and Blaze. And then Cranky had a good follow-up stun, right? Like, you guys can kill stuff. You just got to make sure that you're actually engaging together and properly. That's two great picks. This Falling Sword, I'm already going to tell you, is bad. Like, as much as Falling Sword can be used to go forward, until you hit 20, you're very rarely going to be using Falling Sword to go forward and damage. Like, Falling Sword is designed to cleanse, to be your own get out of jail free card, and then at level 20, cleanse while doing damage. It's not really meant to go forward. Because right there, if you really wanted to go forward, that would be like a Blessed Shield. Alright, we made it. 16-17s. They're going to be back to full strength. We're doing camps. Good job scouting. So we see that they're here. We have 2 dead. This can potentially be an invade. You're a little far forward, but you can potentially make this invade happen. Well done. Again, good look, Toast. So now is everyone ready to follow up on Toast? Toast needs to be calling, I'm chained, or I've got one. I fished one. Whatever. Toast needs to be calling that he hit this. Right? Because the only way that this Stitches dies is from armor reduction from Rhino and the stun from Rhino and a stun from Chaser, right? Like, you're going to need every single button to kill 6,000 HP. Yeah, this wasn't enough. And then again, Falling Sword used forward, right? Like, that didn't... I'm going to back it up real quick just to look at the damage numbers again. Okay. That was really close. Brightwing came alive. Brightwing got the save. We blew all of our buttons, right? So we've blown all of our buttons. And we used Falling Sword again. But it's time to go home. The Varian even took the wrong talent here. Varian didn't even take the Shield Breaker talent that really punishes Joe and Phoenix. See, if you had Falling Sword there, Toast could walk away. Right? As soon as one or both of those ults connected, you could walk away from this without having to get blown up and stuck in that spot for 3 seconds. And then this is classic Illidan. This is being run down right here. There's literally nothing Rhino can do. Illidan will get her kill here. So this is the Illidan problem slash team speed comp thing. You just get run down. So, okay, they're 2 of 3. 16-18, we're going to get probably one more shot at this. Oh, he did this by himself. Can we punish? He used his sword already. That's a good condemn. Oil, stun. Nope, okay, we stopped chasing it. Probably right? Wrong? No, wrong. We should get a kill. Whether it be him or Varian, we need to get a kill. Does Toast just die? Oh my gosh. And then he lives! Oh no. That's the level gap difference for you there. And then you're getting run down. GG. Illidan should just go straight core and it's over. Oh. These guys don't know how to... Oh. Well. I doubt they're doing BM. I just don't think they understand the strength of their siege. So they're going to take all the buildings first. Okay. In general, that should be able to end already. It's 20 versus 17, and they have an Illidan on core. Wow. Again, like this Falling Sword forward did not... Like, your Falling Sword doesn't do that much damage. Right? Like, when you land, you do, right? They hit 456 damage at this point in the game. Right? Like, it's not insignificant amount of damage. But, like, your KTZ ult on a 16-second cooldown does 500 damage. So you're doing a KTZ ult every 50 seconds instead of potentially using it to save KTZ, who keeps getting dove. So, this is a tough one. 18s versus 20s. Yeah, you guys are going to get stuck pretty much making a Hail Mary here. Oh, good attempt. Yeah, good block from them. Yeah, we needed to be running for this. Does KTZ have ult? Can he ult this? Whoa, 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 whoa. Toast. As KTZ, this is one of the main reasons he's picked on global maps, right? You literally fire this right here and you stall both of them. And the rest of your team can start walking up and getting ready for the 4v5, right? Do you want to fight down 20s? No. Do you want to give them a free 3 of 3 seed? No. You're at this point, you guys are in a lose-lose situation, and you need to take the advantage that you have. The only advantage you have is numbers. You need to run at them. Force this fight, right? So KTZ has his ult. He should be putting this, hit both of these players. Even if you don't hit them, they have to stop channeling, and everyone can start running up here, and hopefully Joe can get in range, or the next bird will be available. So, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's probably game on its own. 2 terrors going to the core. You guys are clearing the best one that you can for free. Joe's top by herself, but she should be fine. Alright. There it is. Toast landed his stuff again. Oh my gosh, you just can't... He's just so fat. Friggin' 8,000 HP. He's got 20% minus armor and he lives through this. So spell armor is good. Right? So that reduces your damage by 35%. So good spell armor. Oh, I just couldn't get it. Alright. Where's the Falling Sword? So the Falling Sword's up here chasing... this game's pretty much over. But once again, like, you're chasing and you weren't able to connect with the Falling Sword instead of being back here on the Illidan and the, whatchamacallit? Not the Illidan. The Tyrael that dove home. So Illidan's alive, he hunts, and you're dead. GG. Alright. So my first thought is I don't think we drafted the right win condition for the map. So, or this is a fine draft, but we played it bad. So, your guys' win condition, like I said, is getting kills off of KTZ, right? So, if you're getting kills off of KTZ, KTZ needs to stack. So, all of early game, KTZ is down here bottom by himself clearing. Is KTZ good a camper as Phoenix? No. But Phoenix can live down here, right? He can clear down here. He can teleport away. He can shoot Tyrael, pew 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 pew, right? Like Phoenix has a much better chance of fighting by himself as a pseudo offlaner than KTZ does. And then sure, you want to do camps, right? Like this map has the most camps. It has 6 camps, right? So you do want to do them. But if your goal is KTZ, maybe you guys need to be looking to fight at the camps. Right? They're all missing. Let's have Joe, KTZ, and Tyrande run around and try and get kills. Put pressure on the map. Right? Like, you guys slowly started losing this game when we, fought too hard too long here. And then we went to this top one and didn't really fight well together. Like, we kind of, engaged and disengaged a couple times. And then when the key 3 of 3 seed came, they were 10s, and they just dove the building and killed Toast, who was by himself. Not that Phoenix has much better chance of living. Like, if you got judgmented and hunted, you might be able to blink away. But, it's just a difference of what can you do and what tools do you have. So if this composition was to work, I would have rather have seen your Phoenix being in the lane catching soak rather than your KTZ catching soak. But I would just say overall, this is not typically a team fighty map. This is a very macro heavy map. And so you normally want to draft things that also help you do all the camps, right? Illidan is really good here because he can do all the camps. I thought this was going to be Windblade's variant, but it was just Scream because they're just diving the heck out of you guys, right? So the Illidan's the only person that can do camps on their team. So Illidan's going to be constantly just going camp, 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 camp. Stitches can clear lanes. Tyrael can clear lanes. Variant doesn't really clear, but he can do it. So, yeah, they don't have tons of macro pressure. They just have kill pressure to dive you if you're split. And this map tends to make you split because you're trying to match 6 camps and defend lanes. So they just pretty much pushed R on any target they wanted, and that target was dead. So I do think I like the heads-up play to go Falling Sword, right? I am not sure how much value Combustion got. I'm not saying that it was bad, because into effectively 5 melee, you can get a lot of Combustion value, but it felt like Sodium and Cheezer were going in, like both of them going in, and then no one was able to protect Cranky or Toast or Doctor when they got engaged on. And so if we're going to be playing Falling Sword, we need to make sure that we are available to protect the squishies with our Falling Sword. And then sure, Blaze can engage as soon as the person, is cleansed. Then Blaze can engage and push Combustion or whatever. Or if this team was really good at syncing up their stuff, they might take a 2-stage fight where they start with Hunt and they bait out the Falling Sword, and then they use Judgment, and then Bunker could be put out to defend the person that's being judgmented, or at least they can get in the bunker once the judgment's over. Bunker also cleanses debuffs, so they get kills off of the Yell, because the Yell gives you a minus armor. Yeah, 25% minus armor, so the Yell could also protect them for a bit. So yeah, I would have probably went Bunker here. Yeah, this one feels like outdraft, and then we just didn't play towards our win condition. So if you are happy with the draft and this is what you want to do, we need to make sure that we're giving KTZ as much time as possible to get stacked early so he can get kills and carry later, or carry earlier. So, yeah, I think that's really the big thing. Let me quickly look at talents. True Shot Aura. Activate to grant another nearby allied hero 48% increased attack damage. Whose attack damage are you going to be increasing? I actually really do like the Mark of Mending here, but I don't know if it gets value. Well, you just can't put it on Illidan or Tyrael, or sorry, Illidan or Varian. Yeah, trait build's gonna be very hard because Varian kept his double parry, so Varian like I don't know if when you hit somebody and they're protected, if it counts as a hit or if it's a miss. I think it's like evasion, and it's a miss. Parrying all basic attacks. Maybe it hits. I don't know. Oh, he took shield wall, actually. Oh, whatever. Trait build is very hard to do into Illidan and Varian because you've got two targets that are going to be able to effectively take 0 damage for potentially the duration of the trait, right? So I thought for sure this was Owl build because you were going to be using your poke to help poke the objectives longer so you didn't die. And then this is hard to get value out of too. Like if you're auto attacking, like I love this talent. This is my favorite talent. They are so melee heavy that you will get lots of auto attacks. Just you have to be cautious of who you're attacking because if you're attacking Illidan, I don't think you get the cooldown reduction. So I agree with Starfall over the Invis. The Invis actually. So Invis, no, wouldn't work. He'd work against Phoenix. so Invis is funny because you can actually break targeted abilities if you use the Invis correctly. There's probably a spreadsheet somewhere online that I can look up for you later if you want. But like, if you go Invis when an ability is being channeled, there's a chance that the target is no longer available and it breaks the channel. So like, if you Invis a team while Phoenix is doing his like sweep thing, his ultimate, it won't be able to hit them because it will lose where the target went. Attack mark. Yeah, this is full AA. If it wasn't into Illidan, I would be totally in support of this. I think this should have been probably W's and Q's, just because it's so hard to get consistent AA value into Illidan. So I probably would have taken Sentinel for the Pierce, and then you're going to be chunking people from super far away and helps you stall the objective longer. This one here, I think this is still correct. I think Mark of Mending is correct because when the person gets dove, you mark that person or you mark whoever dove, and hopefully you will be able to heal the people that are getting hit. I still like this. It's hard. I don't think spell armor would have done you a lot. 10 spell armor? Yeah, no. This is definitely correct. Correct. This one would have been huge. A 35% slow and or damage reduction that pierces, I think would have been really helpful versus this. You're not going to get enough auto attacks off to get this as value. And then remove stun, silence, and slows. Hello. I forgot this talent existed. This is the talent on 16. You literally cleanse. You have 2 cleanses on whoever's getting dove in your kit. Maybe it's too late at this point in the game. I forget when it got truly snowballed out of control. But like, this is huge. You get 2 charges of cleanse. So Illidan clicks Hunt on your person. As soon as it connects, you just cleanse, and the person gets to run away. And then Judgment comes out, you cleanse. Right? Because the big thing is it can't be preemptive. It has to be after it hits. Right? Because it removes it. It's not a true cleanse. So, overall, I have minor changes in talents there. Phoenix things. So, repeater instead of Q build, which is fine. Movement speed, yeah, that's probably fine. Just because you're getting run down. Attack speed. I normally really like this talent. I'm just not sure how many kills you're going to get. But I think that's the right one. Because you're not going to have any shields. So yeah, that's correct. Yeah. You got it all right. It just sucks. There's just not a lot you can do into Illidan. Gain 50 armor. Yeah, that helps you live a bit more and be able to duel people as you go in. And then, yeah. This is your giant killer, right? So it just comes on really late. So, looks good. Alright, how about Joe? So, Flashlight, D, Conviction, Falling Sword, Hammers, reduces damage. I would have to go back and look and see. I like the damage reduction talent. Just because it's going to help your people not get dove so much. But I can't tell if the difference in this choice here is, are you needing heals because you're dying, right? Or do you need to be protecting somebody because of their damage? So I think using this on Illidan is probably more effective. The blinds are huge though. The blinds shut down Illidan and the Varian. So this is just neat because it heals you so much, and you get CDR, so you get more blinds out, and more blinds out means more hammers out, and yada yada. So these tend to be paired together, the hammers plus additional glare for CDR on blinds, but I see the logic here. It's just hard for me to view real quick in the thing we did if that got value. And then Offlane Blaze. So, okay, AA speed, burning minions, reduces spell power. Okay, this is just wrong. Maybe you're, I don't know, maybe you were worried about the spell damage that they're doing, but like this is 3 heroes that need to auto attack. You have reduced auto attack in your kit. Like this would have been really helpful for your team to help slow them down and to stop. That's why Blaze tends to get picked early, is because he has a lot of answers in his kit. Right? Like he has the ability to slow down speed. He has the ability to shut down spell power. He has the ability to reduce damage. He has like giant zoning ability for oils to make it super hard for Hammer to play into. He has an unstoppable. He has a shield. He has burst damage. Right? Like he can do a lot. So I think oil would have been huge here this game into the 3 AA attacks. I call it gutsy. I don't know if I like combustion here. Like I said, I think I talked about bunker already. But maybe if you had a bunch of your other talents, this does give you more damage to help with your potential burst. But hypothetically, you're not getting, 5-on-5 brawls. You're getting blow-ups, right? Like your KTZ is getting blow-up kills, and you guys are getting things killed. And then you wouldn't need this as like a potential engage tool. I like more damage. I think that's right. Armor's good. You don't need the spell armor. And you're not pushing D, so that's good. Yep. Not bad, guys. It was a rough match. Like I said, make sure on macro maps we pick macro heroes, and make sure we bring our win condition and play to it. We brought a team fight win condition or a pick composition with KTZ, and we just did not give him a chance to get any stacks or any kills or anything. We set him up for failure by putting him alone by himself a lot. So, all right, that's Rock. Good luck, Roosters, with your stuff. I'll catch you on the next one.